WGXA Morning News right here on Fox 24. Well, let's go ahead and give you all a look at the White House this morning. As you all know, there's been a lot of discussion surrounding President Trump and the impeachment inquiry. The House of Representatives had a majority vote to start that impeachment inquiry just yesterday.
We also have team coverage for you this morning. Our national correspondent, Scott Thuman, is inside Capitol Hill this morning. He's going to give us a look at the latest updates surrounding that impeachment inquiry that officially began in the House of Representatives. And we're going to check in with national correspondent James Rosen, who's outside of Capitol Hill. He'll give us the latest about the whistleblower behind this impeachment inquiry.
It was a historic day in Washington, D.C. as the House of Representatives voted 232 to 196 to officially begin an impeachment inquiry, putting Democrats on track to possibly formally impeach President Trump. As many predict they will. If they do, it would then be time for a trial. Sinclair's chief political correspondent Scott Thuman actually shows us what that would look like.
For Republicans, this has been their biggest complaint, that down these stairs in the Capitol basement and out of view, impeachment efforts have been going on without a floor vote.
And we now have a full-fledged impeachment committee in the basement of the Capitol. Think about that, America.
The resolution is adopted.
Along mostly party lines, the House began the inquiry stage Thursday.
If we don't have a system of checks and balances, we might as well all just elect a president and go home.
Even after the vote, it can be more of a marathon than a sprint. For President Bill Clinton, the impeachment inquiry lasted roughly 2.5 months before a formal impeachment vote. And then it was almost 3 more weeks before his future landed in the hands of the Senate.
The president's spokesman will be able to actually give their side of the story. The House will send over someone over that will give the House's version of it at this point, and then we'll be able to hear both sides finally.
But Republicans who've crossed Trump before, like Lisa Murkowski and Mitt Romney, or are in vulnerable swing state elections like Susan Collins, will be under pressure. And on the flip side, Democrats in red states like Joe Manchin.
It takes 66 votes in order to convict and remove the president. I can't imagine we would get to that number. So we know it's not likely to be successful.
Nor fast, if history is any guide. In Clinton's case, senators used the morning for legislative work, the afternoons for the trial. It lasted just over 5 weeks. Andrew Johnson's, all the way back in 1868, took 83 days.
There could be additional evidence between now and then, so we have a lot to consider. I think the Senate process will take a while.
On Capitol Hill, Scott Thuman.
And WGXA News has exclusive access to your lawmakers in our Connect to Congress series. Send us your questions for representatives and senators by emailing news@wgxa-tv.com. When our lawmakers answer your questions, you'll see the response on air and on WGXA.tv.